In this video, I will share with you very important points about Raman scattering. Raman scattering is the scattering of monochromatic light with change in frequency of light. This optical phenomena occurs when photons of light collide with molecules of some suitable dust-free transparent chemical compound like organic liquids, for example, benzene, toluene, etc. This phenomena was discovered by Sir C.V. Raman in 1928 and he was also awarded Nobel Prize in Physics for this in 1930. The spectrum obtained in Raman scattering is called Raman spectrum and it consists of spectral line corresponding to frequencies same as that of incident monochromatic light, and this line is called Rayleigh line, and other spectral lines corresponding to frequencies different from that of incident light, and these lines are called Raman lines. The intensity of Raman lines is always found to be less than that of Rayleigh line. This means most of the molecules collide with light photons, giving rise to Rayleigh scattering. Suppose nu is frequency of scattered light photons and nu naught is frequency of incident light photons. Depending on the frequency of scattered light photons, Raman lines can be divided into two categories. The spectral lines corresponding to frequency less than the original frequency are called Stokes lines. The spectral lines corresponding to frequency greater than the original frequency are called anti-Stokes lines. It has been found that intensity of Stokes lines is always more than that of anti-Stokes lines. The change in frequency of light is called Raman shift and it is denoted by delta nu equal to nu minus nu naught. Now let us come to theory of Raman scattering. When monochromatic light is incident on the liquid, the collision between incident light photon and the liquid molecule may be elastic or inelastic. If the collision is elastic, then energy of the scattered light photon will be same as that of energy of incident light photon. In this way, we can calculate the frequency of scattered photon same as that of frequency of incident photon. And this is the explanation for Rayleigh line in the Raman spectrum. If the collision is inelastic, then two cases arise. If the liquid molecule gains some energy from incident light photon, then energy of the scattered light photon h nu is equal to h nu naught minus delta nu. And this gives frequency of scattered photon less than frequency of incident photon. And this is the explanation for Stokes lines in Raman spectrum. Similarly, if the liquid molecule loses some energy to the incident light photon, then energy of the scattered light photon will be less than that of incident photon. In this way, frequency of scattered photon can be calculated to be nu equal to nu naught plus delta nu, and this gives the explanation of anti-Stokes lines in Raman scattering. Quantum mechanical analysis has shown that Raman spectral lines are obtained due to transition of liquid molecules between allowed rotational energy levels of liquid molecules, and this transition is called Raman jump. And Raman jump is a two-step process. It occurs due to collision between incident light photon and liquid molecule. If Ja, Jb and Jc represent rotational quantum numbers corresponding to allowed rotational energy levels A, B and C respectively, then according to selection rules for transition between two rotational energy levels, Jb minus Ja must be equal to plus minus 1 and Jc minus Jb must also be equal to plus minus 1. By combining these two equations, we can get selection rule for Raman jump as delta J equal to 0, plus 2 or minus 2. When delta J equal to 0, then no transition of liquid molecule takes place. There will be no exchange of energy between molecule and photon of light. Energy of scattered photon will be same as that of incident photon, and this gives expression for frequency corresponding to Rayleigh line in the Raman spectrum. When delta J equal to plus 2, suppose the liquid molecule jumps from energy level having initial value J to final value J plus 2. Energy absorbed by the liquid molecule can be calculated as shown in this slide, and delta E equal to h square upon 4 pi square I into 2J plus 3, where I stands for moment of inertia of the liquid molecule and h stands for Planck's constant. Decrease in frequency of light photon can be calculated to be delta nu equal to delta E upon h equal to h upon 4 pi square I into 2J plus 3, where J can be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. For different values of J, we can calculate frequency spacing between Rayleigh lines and Stokes lines. These results show that all the Stokes lines are equally spaced and the spacing between Stokes lines is h upon 2 pi square I. Now let us come to the condition when delta J equal to minus 2. Now suppose a molecule jumps from energy level having quantum number J plus 2 to energy level having quantum number J. Then energy released by the liquid molecule can be calculated at delta E equal to F square upon 4 pi square I into 2J plus 3. This gives the increase in energy of light photon. From this we can calculate increase in frequency of light photon as delta nu equal to h upon 4 pi square I into 2J plus 3, where J can be 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. In this way we can calculate frequency spacing between Rayleigh line and various Stokes line as shown in the slide. These results also show that all the anti-Stokes lines are equally spaced and the spacing is h upon 2 pi square I. Let's have a view over the experimental arrangement to study Raman scattering. The slide shows that pure dust-free liquid is filled in a glass tube having 10 to 15 cm length and 1 to 2 cm diameter. One end of the tube is closed with a glass plate and the other end is drawn into shape of a horn blackened from outside. The glass tube is surrounded by a water jacket through which water is circulated to prevent heating of liquid in the tube. The scattered light is focused on the slit of spectrometer aligned along the axis of the Raman tube. A short focal length camera is used to photograph the line spectrum produced by high resolving power prism. On developing the photographic plate, Raman's spectrum is found to consist of a number of Stokes lines and anti-Stokes lines along with the Rayleigh line. Now let us come to the third part of this video. What is the importance of studying Raman scattering? The experimental technique of Raman scattering is very simple and so it enables us to use Raman spectrum for many important purposes. The current uses of Raman spectrum range from identification of minerals to early detection of light-threatening diseases. Intensity and frequency of Raman lines are evaluated and this information is used for many purposes as listed in the slide. Thank you very much.